and welcome along and welcome back to Thuringian Oberland for the last time. So I have decided that this will be our last video on this map. It doesn't quite have the number of people watching it as I would hope. So we're going to finish off the harvest. We're going to go out on a high. We're going to get our canola harvested and yeah, and do there. We have got courseplay. We finally got courseplay on here. So that is going to be doing our karting, so we will be able to just concentrate on this. So my hope very much is that we get this field out today. I have immensely enjoyed this map. Yeah, it's a fantastic map, and I've actually been toying with the idea of maybe putting it on a multiplayer server or something like that. Only problem with that, of course, is the issues with the shop. I wouldn't be able to put this edited version on there. But in general, I've really enjoyed it. I think it's a fantastic map. I think there are ways to approach it differently that we could have done that would have made it interesting as well to do it from that way. But all in all, I think this series has been in itself successful. We have achieved a lot in our in the 11 episodes. I think this will be. That we got on here. This is good. This is going to be worth a lot of money. This canola once we've got it harvested, and as a result, it's you know, had we gone on, it would have actually been quite a few cows and things I think we'd have on here. But never mind. We are going to move on to pastures new, as I said, and see what those have to offer. We'll get that little bit on the way back. Lots of exciting things coming up. Lots of stuff I can't talk about yet, unfortunately. But back to this map. Enough of that. We are... so we've had one load off here already. We're going to get... I think we might end up with maybe 3 trailers worth. That trailer, as we discussed last time, does take 3 full loads off this combine. We are at 47% already, which is interesting. So then we're going to have to cut down that other side there in order to empty. How is our tractor? Should start moving in the very near future, I think, because we are at 47%. Do we have a driver in there? Yes, we do. So tractor should move at 50%, I think it is, and so it should empty on this row. We are about a quarter of the way through the main body of the field. We of course have all the stuff that we've yet to actually have come right, and I doubt it's going to come right now. It's 10 to 6 in game at the moment. Here comes our tractor. It's 10 to 6 in game at the moment, and we are not in a position where I think it's going to actually get through, but we'll see how we go. So we'll get this emptied, and then what we'll do is once we've done that, we'll cut in, and that should do quite well. And I think once we've cut in, once we've got our first cut, we will. Here it comes. We will skip ahead a little bit, but that's emptying quite nicely. Let's get that lifted. Because it empties at 50%, it's not emptying particularly high, so that's okay. That's pretty good. There we go. That has emptied. So as that's emptied, we will put our auger in and move forward, and let's pick our next spot to cut in. And I think actually about here-ish will be good. So down that goes there. And cut in. Which should be, yeah, 270 degrees. We should be cutting in at because we're going east-west. There we are. Looking mighty fine. Looking really working well. And this is the yield on here is pretty good actually. Really happy with it. It's holding up quite nicely, and yeah, this would have really set us up. Would have really kept us going very, very well. But we're coming to the edge of our cut-in now, and as a result, what we're going to do is we're going to turn around, get this going, and we'll see how long it is until we get another. Well, until we get at least 50% full, and our tractor comes to empty us again. So tractor is on his way to us again. I don't think he's going to reach us before we reach the end of the row. So he'll probably turn around and we'll empty on the way back. It's holding up pretty well. We're getting about 15% a run on this part of the field, which is pretty good. We're about halfway through the field. I'm actually looking at this and going, the tractor is a lot closer than I thought he'd be. He's actually been really efficient and turned down really well for once. So this puts our tractor up to 20. It should put us should put it up to about 40%, I think. There we go. Oh no, it might put it up to half. There we go, 44%, which is really good. We're doing well. Oh, let's not go over our ungrown crop yet, because we will destroy that. And we're over halfway through the field at this point, because we took the headlands out. And yeah, so it may not be quite as much as I was expecting to get off this field. Halfway through our N series Vultra has only got 44% in its trailer, which is not that much. Which is not as much as I was expecting. 13,000 litres. This holds 11, so it's going to take at least 2 or 3 more half tanks off here. We have it set to halfway. That way we make sure that we empty fairly often. And make sure that we keep the grain tank low. It keeps us moving and means that we keep the field going, keep the field getting cut. It's a really efficient way of doing things, because invariably the tractor is never with us at 50%. It's always sort of 70-80%. To be honest, we could possibly up the driving point to when we get 60 or 70%. But it works fairly well this way. Now this I would consider to be pretty much the perfect cut for doing this. It's not a complete, it's not the complete width of the header, but it is enough to ensure that we can get the whole header in. So it's that happy medium between leaving a bit, but not leaving so much that we're having to judge it very carefully to keep and get everything into the header. We've got that little bit of leeway that means that we can, that while we're using most of the bed, we are still able to very easily keep it all within the bed. And that's really what I try and aim for when I'm doing this final row. Trying to get it so that it's absolutely perfect width of the bed is not the most helpful of things, because it's then a very difficult thing to do if you're that close. The closer you can get it to it without doing that, the better. Right, we're all going to cut in here. There we go, and do our cutting. Yeah, the closer you can get it to the bed, the width of the bed, the better. But you don't want it to be exactly the size of the bed, otherwise you are going to run into problems, and then you end up missing. You end up either having to do not do the full bed and move slightly to the side of it, which in itself, of course, is fairly inefficient, or you end up trying to get the whole thing in the bed and possibly missing tufts. So yeah, it's an interesting balancing act to get it all to work. I've also upped the drive time on Courseplay on our tractor, on our Vultra, so that it does it at 65%. The idea being that we get a bit fuller tank. The tank on that is at 44%. I would like to try and get it a fair amount higher. You know, if we can put 10,000 litres in it, that'll take it up to 23. I think that trailer takes 31. So we could possibly, even now, we could still get pretty much 2 more loads off this combine in. Which is interesting, because I'm not sure we have 2 more loads off this combine left on this field. We've actually cut through quite a big swath of it so far. So yeah, and the sun is setting. Quite poetically, the sun is setting on the farm at the moment as it goes down, and we finish this off. We may do something else quickly. I would quite like to get some cows. So if we are in a position at the end of this, we might try and get some cows. We might just go and sell this. Actually, we could do a couple of trips and sell this and see how much money we end up with from our canola harvest. As I said, it's a pity that we're not really going to get those extra bits, the bits that haven't come ripe yet. But we should make a decent amount on what we have got. I'm expecting at least sort of 60,000, which would be a good base for our cows. Would be a good base to get the cows started. Along with the fact that we actually have quite a few egg pallets we need to pick up as well. The chickens have been busy. And in fact, there is our tractor again as we come up to the end here. Perfect. So yeah, we were at about 75% when that pulled up. So I think we're gonna get another full trailer off here. I don't think we're gonna get another one after that. I don't think there's enough of the field left. Right, and okay, there we go. I'm gonna reverse round this time. Ooh. That's why you don't reverse round and do this maneuver normally. There we go. Forwards and down. Yeah, figured I was going to have trouble getting around the front of the tractor then. So yeah, we can see the edge of the field now. So we'll see where this takes us. I really quite like this Lexian combine. It's been something of a pleasure to use it on this map, and I don't think this is the last time we will have one of these. I think we're going to have to use one of these somewhere else on another map. We haven't used 780 yet, and I think that would be a great one. There are various maps coming out. I have different plans for Meadowgrove. So, not really able to do that. I'm going to have to turn our lights on. There we go. Wow, that's really quite bright. Yeah, no, I've got different plans for Meadowgrove, but certainly going forward in the future, I think we'll have to look the possibility of having one of these combines somewhere else. It is quite nice, and I didn't use any class stuff really in FS17. Not that much. I think I had a class tractor. I can't remember on which map, but I'm fairly sure I had a class tractor on one map or the other. Yeah, you see here, I've not quite got the width right. Looking at this. Dear. So we're overlapping a little bit on the outer edge, just to give us our to make sure we get it all in, and to leave enough that we're going to run a bit down the side. We should get the tractor, the carting tractor heading back to unload us on the return. It's sitting up in the tree line at the moment. I'm hoping it's not going to get stuck in any of the trees in doing its return. I might actually, looking at the mount, let's just pop out for a minute. Looking at the mount we've got over there, I think we might just come back along this side and empty this bit out. It'll make the tractor fairly easy to reach us as well, and will work pretty well. That is a nice looking combine. Right, so we're coming to the end of the row here. And we'll yeah, here comes the tractor. Whoop. So we'll put that out as well. And we'll go with this. May get one of these on a series that I'm got planning at the moment. Actually, we'll have a think. We'll see where we go. But yeah, we've got several new series starting soon, so that will make things work. So where is our tractor got to? There it is. That's a nice picture. That really is. I do tend to take screenshots quite a bit when I'm recording and doing stuff, because it's you never quite capture these things again. Oop, like that, you see. There we go. That's full. So that will go and tip now, and whatever we have left. So I think we might have another full trailer left on this field, but only with the stuff that isn't right being taken into account as well. So yeah, that stuff, not taking that into account, that will cause us issues. The sun is really dropping now. We're going into the evening. We will get this finished, and I know I'll get a few people asking me, why don't you set the timing slower? It's because I prefer not to be perfectly honest. That's just what it is. I like to have the challenge of it. So this is roughly the middle. This will give us the nice long bit coming back up the hill. And what we'll do is we'll cool the tractor when the tractor gets back, because we can see it on the map. When that gets back from tipping, we'll cool back, because we should be at the end of the field by that point. And that will work well. I don't know. I don't know. This may be slightly shorter. I'm debating on what exactly to do. I mean, I'm quite happy finishing on this harvest. This has been a decent and good harvest. And yeah, we made a little bit more money on the with the stuff on the edge. We're going to be up to, I think we're going to be up to about 20-30% maybe. But we will cool the tractor back when it gets back to the field, and then and what we'll do at that point is empty out and see what it takes us. See how much is in here. As I said, it's not going to be anywhere near a full tank though. Just going to pop up here. There's a tuft of crop up here. As we know at the moment, every little counts. There we go. That's down and in. These 2 bits, we seem to have gotten about right for the middle for this, to make sure that this all fits in our header. Yeah, there we are. It's just working really nicely, and I'm getting it. Okay, so we're coming up to the end now, so we'll put the auger out and call up course play, request driver, and close that then. And it's properly getting dark now. In fact, it's gone to overnight. I'm just going to pull the time down, because we do have a skip through night set. So I'm just going to set the time down to 1, as it's now 8:45. It's gone, yeah, it's gone quite a way into the evening. There we go. So that is our combining all done and dusted. There's our tractor. Coming along. Sort of nighttime finish to our map. Really, I'm really quite pleased with that. That has gone really well. We've been good. It's been good. I've really enjoyed this map. I think it's a fantastic map. I think it's a massively underrated one. I may put up the instructions on how to fix its shop. I think because I think you guys go and check it out. Please go check this out. It's available on Mod Hoster. The link is in the description. I think more people should try this map out because it is a fantastic map. I've enjoyed this series on it. I hope you have as well. And all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video and this series. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from FendtFarmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.